Robin.
You're listening to Opie Anthony. On the virus. Sirius XM.
Hey, 50 Cent.
What's up, man?
What's up, man? Welcome back to the show.
Take a seat.
How you doing?
How's everything good?
How you doing?
I'm good.
Man.
It's early, right?
Yeah.
And cold in New
They
York.
got me up. We're moving.
Yeah.
We're moving.
Are you an early morning guy usually?
I am. Once I get up, I usually get up and get things done while everybody is asleep still.
Oh, man.
Do you usually work out in the morning? Guys that wake up early and work out, I can't comprehend.
What is the matter with you? Why do you get up to do that shit, right?
Yeah, I can't comprehend.
You know what? That's the time that
It's the best
you
time.
know you're not missing anything. Because work didn't start. Your day didn't start yet.
So it's like free time.
Yeah.
Might as well do it, get it over with.
And
I don't know.
It shortens the evening, but it
Yeah.
gives you that 45 minutes or that hour time before you have to go do everything else. That
Would you just be exhausted, Jimmy?
I can't do it. Like, I'll do it in the afternoon if I have to, but I can't imagine waking up an hour early and then going, I'm going to hit that
that's
gym.
harder.
Wake
Yeah.
up earlier?
No,
Harder in
the
the
middle of the
yeah.
day to get yourself ready to go do that at that point. Like, you know how people do things out of habit. Like, it's like some people have adjusted themselves to energy shots, to energy drinks. Right? There's no difference between having two cups of coffee in the morning. But that thing where you in regimen, you see that?
Yeah.
That container is something you see commonly in the morning in travel, commute, because people got their coffee.
Right.
Well, this is water.
But they
hate
don't
coffee.
feel like their day's getting started without that. That shot of caffeine, get them going, and they're like, I'm up. I'm ready to go. Like, cause energy drinks got natural B12 and natural B6 and B12 that provide that energy that you get from that caffeine.
How good is B12? Because I know this chick who gets she gets B12 shots in guys' asses.
Oh, Jesus.
And I want to. It's supposed to be really good for you.
Throw a strap on, Jimmy?
I know this chick that just gives natural B shots.
Yeah, she gets a B12 shots actually.
That's what the dildo got written on it. B
Yeah,
shot.
exactly.
Well, you know, he's not that far off. That was a better guess than you think. She's a good girl. But yeah, B12 is supposed to be like really good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Is it? Because then they say it's not. I mean, it's like all. I mean, it's good
like
for you, but
women-
not as good as they say it is.
Yeah, like
for you.
women, they say it's good for you, then they say it's not. And
knows?
everything we have, they say it's good.
Yeah,
Right.
And then a month later, they say it's not.
Well, it's certainly
What's,
good for you, but not.
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever.
So what's going on with, you got your book, Formula 50?
Yeah, man, I've been moving around. This project is something I worked on. It took me a year to do it. I thought it would be a lot faster, you know, and then I had Jeff O'Connor that, helped me, Jeff Cornell.
Okay.
Yeah, and he actually helped me put it together in sequence so I can actually convey the information the way I would want in proper timelines. For it to feel like a really good book.
It's an expensive looking book.
Yeah,
No, I'm serious. There's a lot of pictures and a lot of thought was put into this.
Yeah, we wanted to make it feel good, and then
Because there's a lot of exercises in here, and obviously there's pictures of you doing all the exercises, and then you got a nice,
There's a hot girl too.
a hot girl in there. Of course, you're smart.
I handpicked that one.
Yeah, she's
Smart.
She's very lovely.
She's definitely lovely.
I don't like being. I'm weird. Like, do you have a trainer? I go to the gym. I hate when people like tell me. I don't like motivation. 1 more, 2 more. You can do it. It's like, no, I can't.
He says, no, seriously, I can't. No, done. But I traveled with a nutritionist and a trainer for almost 3 years.
Wow.
In 2005, I came back from the first tour from Get Rich or Die Trying, because I traveled so many places I hadn't been. I wasn't comfortable with the different food standards from America when I was in those different territories. So I stuck to what I did know and what there was the same, and it was the fast food.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Did you pay for it?
Clothes started feeling a little tighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, just started getting bigger. Like my issue is I can actually look like the security.
Oh, right.
I can get bigger and be looking like it's all still there, still feel like it's muscle, but it's just too big. Like, and I'm like, all right, I gotta do something about this.
Oh, yeah.
And I brought the men so they helped me, implement the dieting portion of the actual program, because I had already made the adjustments physically, like going to the gym and doing those things, but it just wasn't coming off the way I wanted.
Is it like a 50-50 mix between your diet and exercise, or?
It is. The dieting is as important as the physical activity.
right.
And what happens is when people try to lose weight, and I made these mistakes myself, I would eat less. And then my body starts to slow down and hold on to the actual fat because it goes into survival mode. And when you're accustomed to intaking food in one way and then you just stop, it feels like it's actually like you're starving yourself, like you're going into hunger.
Right,
so
right.
Like, it's going to hold on to the fat as long as possible.
Yeah, that is a bizarre concept because when you're trying to lose weight, you're supposed to continue to eat.
Yeah.
So like you just said, but you can't wrap your head around.
We got to eat the right stuff.
You're like, oh, wait, I want to lose a few pounds. I'm going to kind of starve myself a little bit.
You
but
say
that
1
is
plus
actually
1
fucking up your body.
We always do things simple. It says 1 + 1 is 2.
Yeah.
So we're thinking, okay, I ate too much. That's how I gained the weight. Now let me not eat as much and train.
Yeah.
You know, and then you'll see a decrease right away, and then your body will start to level off where it doesn't actually, you're not losing the weight.
Yeah, but your
you never know what
metabolism
you're supposed to
slows
eat. Somebody told me, I thought I was doing a great job. I would eat like a banana or an apple before workout. I'm like, oh, good, healthy boy. And then someone's like, no, stupid, there's sugar in that, so it's going to make you crash during the workout. Like,
yeah,
I fucking can't win.
They'll give you, so you said what exactly is okay to eat. And it was like, at one point, I felt like I was eating like fuel. Like it wasn't even for pleasure anymore. It was
right.
Yeah, it was like what kind of program is this? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this is, and then like I ended. The results was I was like 5% body fat.
Wow.
At 180 pounds because I'm 6'1". So it was like, okay, like everybody's girlfriend likes me now, but I feel like I ate wood for a month. Just because.
Yeah, I think that screws people up too. That gets them like to not continue doing it because it's more like a job and there's no real enjoyment.
Right, and I mean, there's an adjustment. When we get to the new year, we'll say, okay, I'm going to lose this much weight. So you look at yourself, I'm going to lose 8 pounds, about 4 or 5 pounds or whatever, but we don't say that we're going to make the adjustment. So I'm going to adjust my lifestyle a little bit. Because that's really what we mean at that point. They were going to eat the right way and actually train.
Yeah.
So.
I like to have a nice vegetable juice, too. A nice beet juice, and then just go home, and it fucking, for a week, you look like you're shitting blood. It's horrifying.
You see, that's one of the vegetables I stay so far away from.
Yeah.
Beets and mushrooms.
Why beets?
I just don't like it. Just never.
Beets in a drink are good. I'll never eat a beet, but I'll drink a beet.
Beets,
spinach, kale, and carrot.
Beets are. I'll eat it. It just looks like an injury, but I mean, I will eat it. It's horrifying to look at.
You make a good point, though. Most diets don't work because as soon as you lose the weight, you're like, all right, I'm done with the diet, and then you go back to eating.
And then go right back to everything that you did.
You have to completely change your lifestyle and find foods you do enjoy that are healthy.
Yeah, and make the adjustment. And then
it's not easy.
Then you have it. If you sustain that actual lifestyle and regimen, it'll be difficult for you to regress or go back to.
Yeah. So you got your book, Formula 50, and it's a 6-week workout and nutrition plan.
Right.
But do you have something to transition yourself into what to do after that 6 weeks?
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, there's a more advanced program inside the actual book also. But there's like what we actually did was we took the things that they actually implemented for me over those different time periods, and then we put it into the actual book because it's what worked the best for me. And then there's a period that I had to lose weight for an actual film that I tried to. You ever heard of the Master Cleanse?
Yes.
It's like with lemon and cayenne pepper as a diet.
Oh, shit.
Okay, that diet is designed for women only, right? Only a woman has the kind of willpower. Like, we don't make children.
Could you?
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can't actually have like cayenne pepper and lemon.
Could you explain that?
Days,
That's all they drink. They don't need anything else,
a little
right?
syrup too, right? Isn't it like a little syrup as days go on?
There's not a guy alive that can survive that.
And women, no problem. The discipline involved.
Yeah.
When they want to look good, they can master cleanse. Like that. Like I was on liquids for a little while, but I was on the liquids I like.
Yeah.
Not the. That was crazy. Like I did that for like 2 days, and I was like, nah, this
probably
not,
start hallucinating.
It's not for people, like for humans. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
are you constantly thinking about nutrition and working out, or do you party and like kind of
I
you
go
asking
out.
me or 50?
overindulge?
I mean, I go out. That's a part of the lifestyle that in the culture of music.
Right.
You know what I mean? For you to be in the actual the party or nightclub environment.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm out a lot, but I don't actually drink.
No.
No, and what I'll do is I'll
Did you stop drinking?
Yeah, I didn't actually drink when you saw me with the bottle. What I did was
You never really drank?
No, what I do is I take the first bottle, pour it to the people that are around me, and I send it back. Tell them to go give me ginger ale.
Oh, shit.
And put it in that bottle and they come back, and then I open the rest of the bottles and do it. I always did it out of habit because even before my music took off still, because I had to be aware of what's going on around me.
You gotta be sharp.
And it leaves people thinking that maybe I'm not paying attention. They see the bottle and they see you partying and you looking.
Oh, wow, everyone would have sworn that you went through your partying stage.
Yeah, well, my whole, it was easy option. Like you could. There's vices that were right in front of me my entire life, right? And people would choose them. It was visible. Like, you could hit your knees on the church floor and pray it get better. Or push the door in the liquor store and see where it gets you. You know what I mean? Like, these things were right there. Like, the liquor store and the church in low-income environments, you'll see them more commonly than barbershops and beauty salons. These are the things that people feel like are a necessity when they don't have much. To sustain your appearance, the instant gratification of looking good.
Right.
From time to time is the big up.
Right.
You know, the big point that you uplifted. So you'll see people in low-income areas and environments that can't really afford very much splurge on clothing.
Right.
Something that makes a statement.
At least on the surface, you're like, all right, at least I'm looking good.
Like they'll go,
I feel like shit, but at least I look good.
We got to stand. Somebody didn't make it to the actual apartment this morning, so they just peed in the elevator, and we both got to stand in it because I have on Louboutins. I'm better than you. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the thought process going on here.
Yeah.
Wow, that's some honesty right there. You never did drugs or anything?
No, I stayed away from.
Stayed away from all of this stuff.
So many people got high around me. It was an easy choice because I didn't have anything. Like I grew up. I was raised by my grandparents, and my grandmother had 9 children. My mom was the one of 9 children that got killed. So I came into the house as the first grandchild, the new number 9. And when you got something new, it was when someone was finished with it. It was like a hand-me-down type of situation. So even when I made the decision to go into the lifestyle that my mom chose, to not choose welfare, like that was the options were to choose welfare or to go and hustle for it.
Right.
Well, you said it was easy. Why isn't it not easy for a lot of people in your situation? Well, if people are drugging and drinking around you, you said, that was easy to blow all that off. Yeah, most people would fail.
Yeah, most people would follow and suit with the things that go on around them and kind of get into the things that everybody else was into. But I was going through a process where I was making an adjustment. My mom hustled, but she substituted finances for time, but I was always a priority. So every time I saw her, it was Christmas.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, what? Your mother's here. Get me excited, and I go run downstairs or whatever it is, because she always got something for me. And when she passed, that stopped. Right. So it was like, I associated her with everything that was positive, everything that was nice.
Well, because you weren't drinking or doing drugs, by no stretch of the imagination were you a choir boy. No. You were out.
Everything else that was
dealing drugs.
I fucked up every way I was supposed to. You know what I'm saying? Like, and what happens is I go into the lifestyle that she chose to provide for me, because everybody that I see that has that thing that's the symbol or representation of financial freedom, is from her life. It's from the lifestyle that she chose that actually got in the mix where she gets killed.
How old was she?
She was 23. I was 8 years old.
Wow.
You know, and at 15, at that point, teenage pregnancy wasn't as common as it is now, so we didn't have the programs that we made adjustments and put in place now. At that point, you would have to, a teen was only eligible for work during the summer months when they received the blue card that was considered your working papers, and your other option was welfare.
Right.
You know, public assistance. So she just went in another direction on it because public assistance wasn't the right option.
Do you remember when you started, like, you got into that life and like the first hunk of money you made that was a lot more money than most people around you had?
I accumulated it.
Oh, over time?
Yeah, it was like, but it felt like a huge hunk of money. Like, when you got $300, like, that you got and you like, you like 12, like, you got $300 on the side of the house.
Huge chunk of money.
I used to take it, put it in a brown paper bag, and pull up the, you know how the house has shingles on it? Like, on the side of the house, pull it and push it up put it on the side of the actual house. But $300 at that point, that was like,
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, that was like 30,000 right now. It was like I have $30,000 on the side of the house and nobody knows about it.
Holy shit!
I'm big, baby.
Yeah, no shit.
What finally got you out of that?
Well, I mean, I just had a bigger idea than the environment that I was in. Like, the roof of what I could do on a financial end changed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, before, like, it felt limitless because the people that you see had, when I made that financial freedom statement, they had Bondafields, Cadillacs, Regals, all the things that were symbols of success. You know, and jewelry and the ability to do exactly what they wanted when they wanted.
Mm-hmm.
It was representation of, it's that thing that we love within all our heroes, the rebel within their character, that they just do it the way they want to do it. You look at them and you're like, so you really just do this shit? Like, you just do whatever the fuck you feel, huh? You know what I mean? And from a kid, you're like, shit, I want to be like that. I don't have to go. My grandfather was representation of the traditional way.
Yeah, working.
And my grandmother was to create a serene space for him to escape the pressures of the work environment. And he was to provide the financial support and be the head of the household. And I saw that, but it was like, damn, like I looked at him like, you got the hardest job ever. Look at you.
Yeah.
Like he would come home like on payday, give her the money, take his money that he goes back and forth to work with again, and just law.
And that was just supplying the.
That was it.
The
like,
money.
It was like yo,
to keep the machine going.
What kind of job did he have?
He worked for GMC.
Okay.
He worked there for a long time. Like they put the car together, and all that kind of stuff. And I would see him like come in and he it's interesting because there was a lot of alcohol abuse.
Yeah.
Around like in the actual house. Even my aunts and uncles went through phases where they actually drunk and did different things. Once they reached that point that they were the legal drinking age, they got involved in it, and it was like everyone had different demons.
Yeah.
Like one of my uncles he had this really angry guy that was in the bottle. That every time he drunk it, he would come out.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Like, you know the guy at the bar that wants to fight after he has a couple of drinks just because? Like, it's like, what the fuck are you looking at, asshole?
Oh, man.
Like, it's like, wait, so the drink told you to say that? It wasn't even him. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We kind of all know someone like that.
Yeah, beer muscle.
Like, it's just that. Like, my uncle would be that. I'd be like, oh, man.
Do you look at things, though, like, okay, that lifestyle your grandfather had and your grandmother, that really is kind of the American way of doing things. Do you look at that as like why aren't more young people doing that, though, working and stuff?
You know, the times have changed. People, they feel like they have different options. With options come confusion.
Is it different options, or there seems to be this feeling that you are entitled to more? I want more than just working to support a family and just so I can make more money to go to work. Like, they want more things.
Right. And the roles have shifted.
Yeah.
Because you have women that in the workspace that earn more than the men.
Yeah.
So now there's that thing where a guy can actually be caught because he's like, no, I want a partner. If we break up, you want half of the money, right?
Yeah.
You want half of everything that I own, right? So I want a partner. I don't care if you help clean up behind the kids too. You do that, and you be my partner. They have high expectations in women on some levels, and then from the male perspective, even if you still put like this, I think women create a plan men don't create early on. You know how we look. When you're young, like what are you going to be when you get older? They have that whole family-orientated plan at the same time. Man, our plan is financial. So you go, I'm going to be a doctor, a lawyer, or I'm going to be in sports, or the things that you're passionate about. You figure out what category or area you want to actually be in, but it all relates to finance. Like, even the toys. We get a little girl. Before you know it, she has a baby as her toy when she's a baby. A dollhouse, a cooking set. We're teaching her nurturing subconsciously. So her plan is, I'm going to go to school. After high school, I'm going to go to college. I'm going to college. And I'm going to get married. I'm going to have 3 kids. I have a boy and 2 girls. Or 2 boys and a girl. Like she'll create that thing, whatever in her head, or she says, I want to have a lot of kids. But there's a timeline between when these things are supposed to happen in her actual head. And as life starts to actually go on and those things don't happen in those time frames, you start to see interesting things out of people. Because this plan was made so long ago.
Yeah, like they start to compromise and fuck guys like me.
Exactly. That's exactly what we're doing.
Jesus.
You got a fascinating story.
You said something.
I'm amazed that you weren't dragged completely down.
Well, you know what?
You did your time, but then you got out of that shit. You didn't want that lifestyle that you saw around you.
Exactly. There's a higher probability that you stay in the cycle. Of things that's going on.
The odds were completely against you.
It. Yeah. Because it's just a lot. That's just the regimen of how things go. And then when I decided I was going to write music for a living, it was like, you're going to write music? Like rap? Come on, man. They didn't believe that. They was like, you got to be about what? What you gonna rap about? Like these are all people that are connected and involved with me in that lifestyle.
You're talking about people that should be supporting.
Yeah, right. And they're
like what?
What are you gonna rap about? Yeah. So we're gonna rap about the shit we were doing.
But it seems like everyone on the street that's hustling is also like an aspiring rap artist
now,
in some way or another. Right now,
because they have examples of a person, like, it's raising the roof. It's going further than the expectations of the environment. So it's like, when they look and they have representation of people that go up, even, like me now, I think my success is more important that I sustain being successful because I become representation of hope. For people in situations that are bad situations, they look at it and they have someone in front of them that they can say, bro, look at what he went through.
But don't you also feel that a lot of people think that there's that portion of thug life that you need to go through to make your music real, but instead of it naturally occurring, they're just deciding, well, I'll just be a thug for a while, and then I'll be able to make this music.
Well, we do have people who make wrong decisions. Like, we got fools out there, right?
Right.
You don't actually have to have those criteria, like, as a part of your experience to create something. If we're going to consider music an art form, then we could say you can create it from whatever perspective. Yeah. When we look at hip-hop culture, almost 90% of it is telling you things that don't directly relate to the experience.
You said something really interesting, too, like, which was not typically what would be associated with hip-hop, was when Obama came out with his statements about gay rights and stuff. And I want to make sure I get your quote right, where you said something like about gay marriage. I've encouraged same-sex activities. I've engaged in fetish areas a couple of times. I'm for it. Which is not a typical response from a guy in hip-hop.
Right, but you know what? If you've kind of encouraged two women to be in the same space,
yeah,
smile.
You know, I mean, like,
it's a good
because
smile
of your personal fetish or interest in having that thing go on,
right?
And then they decide to have that thing happen without you. Actually, it's not even real. You're not experiencing a menage if the two women aren't attracted to each other. You just have two women in a room.
Yeah.
Kind of just doing you a favor or doing it because
it doesn't even. It's not it. It's not it.
But still not the worst thing that could happen.
No, it's not the worst thing that could happen. It's just simple man's thinking, right? Why is menage a big fetish, right?
Yeah.
Because what's better than one good woman? Two. Simple thinking. The only thing better than the experience of one good woman could be the experience of two, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think it makes you feel badass, too, because if you could satisfy two women, you're the man.
Yeah. I mean, even if it required a blue pill.
Oh, God. Is there anything better than those? Dude, I take a Cialis before I go to dinner with a girl. Like, before dinner? Absolutely. Just to get ready. You got to. Blue pills are the best, man.
That's your vitamin, right?
That's the best.
That's my multivitamin.
Is that in the book?
Oh, no, it's not in the book.
Exactly. You do kettlebells and drop a Cialis and go out and meet somebody.
We're running out of time.
They're telling us he has to go.
That sucks, man. We're just getting started. We love when you come in. 50
man, have a good time every time.
Yeah,
Formula 50, and you know, I've been looking at all the pictures, and you got kettlebell stuff in here. You got like plank. It's like not typical stuff that you see. It's like a lot of like I like the side plank and that what's it called, the regular plank you do on your...
if it's for abdominal area.
Growing up, did you just have good genetics physically?
No,
as far as that?
Jimmy.
No,
I was always like kind of thick. Like I always had like was stocky. So
was it muscles or was it like, oh my god, if I let this go, I'm gonna be like this guy in the booth over here?
I trained it in the muscles. Originally, it was like I was like a chubby kid.
Yeah,
he was pointing at E-Rock.
Yeah, exactly.
He's pointing at E-Rock.
Yeah, he's a farm animal.
He has no desire to work out.
But you will not be reading your base though for a good build, right?
Yeah, and I trained because early on I had gotten into like they tried to get me into group activities and sports and stuff like that, and then I ended up playing, like I ended up boxing. In the boxing gym, so that's one of those sports that you can't blame it on anyone.
Yeah,
right. Nobody, just you in there. You do it, or you put the work in, and you got to perform on your own.
Yeah. Oh man, cool man. Okay, Formula 50 is the book.
At 50 Cent on Twitter, you're very entertaining on Twitter.
Yeah, absolutely.
I keep it going. Look at this. We're getting our Instagram popping right now.
Oh man, Jimmy gets a good picture with Fibby right there. Very cool.
Nice.
Thanks, man. Fibby, you're fucking great when you come on here. A lot of fun.
All right, right on, man.
Tell him, Fred.
The Virus. Sirius XM. This